Hello, what's up guys? Welcome back to another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to make a blog app using Laravel Jetstream. Last time I did a tutorial on Laravel Jetstream and it was about multiple authentication. So today's tutorial I've made a blog using Laravel Jetstream, and this is what I'm going to show you in this tutorial. So now what you need to know here is that Laravel Jetstream is just a starter kit package that you're able to use to authenticate your website or your blog or any web application. So in this tutorial, what you're going to look at is this particular web application that I've been able to make. So what it has, it returns three posts, which has the title, the details, the date, and the user who is currently logged in. In this case, it's I. So what you're going to do, I'm just going to demonstrate what it does. Now, the first thing you need to know here is that we have a login page whereby you can log in to the particular web application. Now, since I'm logged in, let me just log out and let me log in again. All right, so let me now log in. So when I log in, to just give me the Jstream authentication system. So let me just fill my details and then let's continue. Okay, so now let me log in and let's see what is there. So now this is what is there. So this is Jstream, and if you are new or you are familiar with Jstream, you realize that it has the dashboard just as you can see. Then we have a part for the teams whereby you're able to make different teams for different users, or maybe you have different developers that you want to connect with in terms of making projects. So Laravel Jetstream lead functions in this way. So for example, I'm currently logged in, and the team that is currently created is Brian's team, which is just my team. But when I log in or when I go to the create new team, I'm able to create a team for another person, or maybe for a company. I'm working with other developers and so forth. Now, when you come here to this particular icon here, you can see here you have your profile. So when I click my profile within Jstream, I'm able to see the particular calendar logged in credentials. For example, you have the name, the email, that is the one I've registered with. We also have the password where you can update your password. As well, Jstream has the two-factor authentication whereby you are able to make your application more robust, and that is, you're able to make your application to be more secure in this way. So what this does is that you're able to authenticate your application in two ways. That is, you are able to use a phone, for example, and then you're able to authenticate your website in these two ways. So then the browser session, it shows you the currently logged in device, which is Chrome, likewise, and so forth. So what my interest here that I would like you to see is that I would just like to show you what this application does. So what it does, it returns the three posts as you have seen them from the earlier part. So it is just returning the three posts like this, whereby you can edit the particular post or you can delete the particular post. For example, here you can edit the particular post by clicking the post button. So you are able to edit the particular post, as you can see. So it grabs the title, the details, and so forth. As well, now you can also apart from editing, you can also add a new post. So when I click add new, it should be able to take me to the add, that is the post create. So within the post create, you're able to create a new post whereby you're able to upload the image, the title of the image. We have a Laravel collective form that is able to type and create your particular details, and then you can publish the post, or you can put the post as a draft. So within as a draft, it means that the post will be, that is, it will not be automatically published. It will be published once you republish the post, or once you put it into publish mode. As well, it has a validation, so when I click create without having to type any particular credentials, it will validate the particular form whereby you have to enter the particular details to create this post. And then you can navigate back to the post list by clicking the particular button here, the post list, and likewise. So now you need to know that I'm using Tailwind Css to make this particular form, like that is to make this particular table and some other functionalities. For example, the Navbar is also using Tailwind Css. So you also need to know that Jstream comes with the Tailwind Css installed. So you just need to get started with Tailwind. So if you are new to Tailwind, then you'll have to learn Tailwind CSS for you to be able to use Jstream. Though you can also convert it to Bootstrap and use Bootstrap if you are conversant with that. Alright guys, so let's get started with this tutorial. Alright guys, so let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is to install Jstream. So you can install Jstream using the command that is composer require Laravel Jetstream. That is, this one will require to install on a new project, that is on a new Laravel project. That is, if you have in a Laravel already project, so you want to use this one. But if you are just getting started in installing Jstream with that is, if you want to install it with a project like mine, then you want to use this particular command. So already I've installed Jstream in my application. That is already this Jstream that I've installed, but it is just easy to install. So what you'll want to do here, you'll want to type Laravel new, and then the name of your application. For example, mine is blog app, so I'm having blog app, and then you have the two dashes and then indicate it is Jet. So now this, what you will do, it will install Laravel with Jetstream. That is, you install the particular project that is now the name of your project, and then it will come up with Jetstream. So this is how you do it. So now once you hit enter, it should give you some, yes, now this is what should come up here. So let me just expand this. So it will ask you which Jstream stack do you prefer, Livewire, Inertia. Now within Livewire, you need to know if you have a bit of information about Livewire. I did do a tutorial on Livewire, how to make a contact form with Livewire. So you can get started with Livewire. It's also a full stack framework, and it's very awesome. That is, if you are handling pages like contact form, comments, and you do not want a page reload, Livewire will do that for you. Inertia comes with the Vue, so it will be installed with the Vue, so you're able to use Vue 100% in your Laravel project. So since I've already installed, I chose the first one, that is the Livewire. So my project already comes with Livewire. So once you look at this one, you realize that let me go to app.blade. You can now see this is Livewire already. So they include the Livewire, that is a navigation menu, and then as well as we have the normal Livewire scripts, like the Livewire scripts, and also the Livewire styles. Now this one, for you to understand better, you need to have done a bit of tutorial on Livewire for you to be able to understand, but it is easy to get started with. So you don't need to worry much about it because you're not going to use Livewire in this tutorial. This one is only just rendering the dashboard or the Jstream functionalities, like the dashboard and so forth. So that is, in other words, they have built it using Livewire, some parts of it. Now remember, this tutorial I'm also using Tailwind CSS because Jstream comes with Tailwind already pre-installed. That is, when you navigate here, you'll find the Tailwind config.js where you're able to customize your Tailwind utility classes. So this one is already pre-installed when you install Jstream. Now you can also use Bootstrap. I've also done a tutorial on Jstream multiple authentication, whereby I've explained on how to convert your Tailwind CSS to Jstream. So this is how you need to do to get started. Right, so now this one you'll have to install with the Livewire. And then once you install the Livewire, the next command you'll want to do is to run npm run and npm install and npm run them. So those are the final so that is when you look at their documentation once you install the Jstream. Okay, so once you install you finalize your installation with npm install and npm run dev, and then now you run the php artisan migrate so that you may migrate your tables. Now in my case here, I already have a database here. So let me have, okay, I have a database here, blog app, since the title of my project is blog app. So once php my admin, let's create a database here and let's name it blog app. Okay, and then hit create. Okay, now this is the database we're going to use in our application. Now remember, here I have blog app as the name of my database. So now here, let me just kill this server. Since I've already installed Jstream, so you just need to follow the particular commands and install Jstream. Okay, so now here I'll now need to run the PHP artisan so that I can migrate some of the database that comes with Jstream already installed. So let me just hit enter this and let's migrate. So now this is migrated, as you can see. So now once I click, let me go to PHP artisan. This should run my application in my local host. Okay, so now let's navigate to so this is under localhost. So my Jstream is already installed in my local host. So now what we need to do here is that it comes with the authentication system that is under the login and the register. Now we are going to make a blog application using Jstream. So now let's get started. So now the first thing we'll want to do is now to create so let's get started by creating the navbar. So the navbar is what you saw on the first, as I showed you on the demo. So the first thing I want us to do is to create the navbar. Now this navbar, I've already done it in a tutorial under responsive Tailwind CSS. So I'm not going to repeat on creating the navbar in this tutorial since we are dealing with more on the backend. So I would expect you to go and check out the tutorial and learn how to make a navbar using Tailwind CSS. So in my views, I'm going to create a particular folder here, and I'm going to name this folder include. Okay. So now within the includes, I'm going to make the particular file that is the navbar.php. So this is .blade.php. So now within this navbar, I'm going to copy the particular navbar that I've made. So let me just do that. So I'm going to copy the navbar that I already made. So this is the navbar with the Tailwind CSS code. So now this navbar is what is going to be presented on the above, that is within the Tailwind within the Laravel project. So now since this one is done, so now what I want us to do is to extend it. That is, okay, we have it on the includes, so I need to have it also included within the guest blade.php. Now you need to know here the guest blade.php is under the layouts, where we have the app.blade and the guest.blade. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to include this one within the guest layout. So I'm going to have it as at includes. So at include.navbar. So this is what is going to be presented on that is, once the page is loaded, this is going to be presented as such. So now let me save that one. So now within this one, I'll need to have a controller that is going to return the particular page. Now this page should be the index page. So within the views, I'm going to create an index page. That is, I'm going to create the pages, and then pages folder, which is now going to have a particular blade, which is the index, which is going to return the navbar and all the other contents within the application. So here I'm going to create pages within views. All right, so within views, and then within this one I'm going to create the index.blade.php. So this is going to be created as such. All right, so now within this index.blade.php, this one is the one that I'm going to return, or I'm going to render this. I'm going to extend the guest layout so that we may have it rendered. Now what I mean by this is that within this is the page. Now when you look at the app.blade.php, let's go to, for example, let's go to the dashboard. Now when you look at the dashboard, we have this extends within Laravel 8. This is their new format on how to extend particular files. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take this one. Let me just copy that one, and I'm going to put it to my index here. But now I'm going to replace this one with the guest, since I'm using the layouts of the guest. So like this. So I'm having it in this way. So now I'm extending this one, and then we can also close it. So let me just copy this and then have it closed like this. So now this one I'm extending the index.blade.php, in which the guest is having, for example, include the navbar. Hope you understanding this. So now the next thing, I'm going to return the view under the controller. Now I'm going to make a controller here, which is going to be, so let me just take this off. So I'm going to make a PHP artisan. So PHP artisan make controller, and then the name of the controller is pages controller. So this is the controller that is going to return the index.blade.php. So let me click enter. All right. So now this controller is created. So now what we need to do, let's navigate to the controller itself. So let me just go to the pages controller. Let me click enter. So now this is the pages controller. Now this pages controller is the one that is going to return, or is the one that is going to return the view, that is going to return the view index.blade. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to have a public function. So within here, I'm going to have public function index, and then this is going to return the view that is going to return the view pages. So this is going to be right. So now this is going to return the pages.index. Now within the web I'm also, since it is returning the view welcome, so let it return for us the view pages.index as well, so that now that particular page it will now return this particular page which is within the pages. Okay, let me save this one, which is our controller for the pages. So we are going to get back to the controllers. That's why I created it, so that we can use it later. So now here I'm going to run the PHP artisan serve again, so that it may run our project once more. All right, so let's just check this. So remember, it's only returning this, but let's reload. Right, so now this is what is going to be presented, as you can see. Okay, now this is the navbar, so we already have it. Now within this navbar, I've already linked so when you go to the navbar back again, let's navigate to the navbar. So within the navbar, I'm including the login. You can see now here I'm having this route login and as well the route register. Now this one is within you can find it within the login page of this authentication system within the Laravel. And basically what you do, you just copy the particular route and then just paste it within your login navbar and the register. So it's typically what you saw in the earlier template where we have the login and register. So once you click within here, it should take you to the Jetstream login. As you can see now, this is what will be presented as well. You can now register within, but the navbar will still remain as it is. Right, so let's continue. You can see this. Okay, we will solve this one as we continue. So now okay, now the next thing we'll want to do is that let's go to the migration. Let's go to the tables and the database. So now we are going to create the tables and the database within our application. So now I need to create a table that is going to return the number of posts, as you saw in the earlier demo. So the first thing I would want to do is to create the table. So I'm going to create the table using this particular command. So let me just destroy this server again. So let me clear. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to create the table that is PHP. So PHP artisan make migration, and then we are going to create a post table. Okay, so this is going to create the post table. All right, so now this is created. So let me just clear that and let me navigate to the post table in my application. So this is let me click enter. So to save time, let me just paste the table that I've already created within my application, the ones I've already done. So let me just paste this. So what we are doing here, we have the table ID, we have the user ID, the title, the post image that is going to be rendered, the details, the post type, and then here we are going to check if it is published. That is, in other words, you can put it as published or as draft, as I just showed you in the demo. And then we have the timestamp, and then we have the foreign key. So this is what the table is doing up to there. So let me just save that. All right. So now within this one, let me also create a model. So PHP So I'm creating a model for the post. So PHP artisan make model post. Let me just do it in caps. All right, so this is done. So now within the post.php, which is our model, now I'm going to assign this particular details, or this particular post table, the title, the user ID, and the post image. So now here, what I need to do, I need to go to the, just go to the post model. This is the post model. Okay, now remember the post model, the model is the one that has it links up with the database. In other words, it is able to make or query your database so that your database can work together with what you have created within your create post. So what I'm going to do here as well, I'm just going to save time here. I'm just going to have this. So to save time, I'm just going to copy this and paste here. So what we are doing here is that I'm using a protected fileable, whereby I'm assigning the particular credentials, just like you saw in the particular within the post table details. So this is what I'm also doing within the post.php, that is the model. So I'm filling the table with these particular credentials, and then here I'm also returning a function which has user belongs to a particular class. In other words, a particular post belongs to a particular user. So our database is now going to link up with the model, so that once you register a post, or once you create a post, it's going to be registered with all this. All right, so let me just save that. Okay, so now what I would like to do here is that let me just run this. So PHP migrate. So this is going to migrate the newly created table. So now once this is migrated, now the next thing I would like to do is to create the post controller. Now the post controller is going to handle the CRUD functionality, that is the create, read, update, and delete. So you can create your post, update it, and as well delete it. So now here I'm going to run the command php artisan make post controller. So I'm going to create the post controller, which is now going to handle this particular. Now I'm going to use this particular I'm going to use resource. Now using the resource is going to create all the functionalities, that is the create, delete, update, and so forth. So let me just click enter and let's see. All right, so it is created. So let me navigate to the post controller. Now when you go to post controller, it will come with already predefined the update, the create, the store, show, edit, update, and as well you can delete your post. So now the first one here, the index is going to return the post. I'm going to have a variable here, post. Now this post is going to link up with the post model. With the post model, I'm going to order this. I'm going to order this post by, the first one is going to be ID. Sorry, this ID, and then okay. So what I'm doing here, I'm ordering the post order by ID and then descend in order. In other words, when they are going to be rendered on the application, this is how we are going to do it. Now I'm going to have this where clause, which is going to say where post type So now what this is going to do is going to navigate to the post type, and the type of the post is a post type. For example, maybe having an application whereby we have the post, we have the categories and so forth, but mine is a post. So that's what this is doing. And then I'm going to present it with the get function, which is now going to get post within our database. So here I'm going to return the view, the dashboard. Okay, now I'm going to return the view dashboard. So the view dashboard is the one that is going to render the particular So I'm going to return the view dashboard. Now the view dashboard is the one that is going to, we are going just to see it in a second. So let me just do this. So this is compact post. What we are presenting here is the type of its post. So we wanted to return the post. This dashboard is not, let me just correct this. All right, so now what we are doing here, we have the variable post, which is going to go to the model. So we are going to order the post by ID and then in the descending order. All right, so now this is what is going to be presented on the index form. Now the dashboard, I'm going to use the Jstream dashboard. So let's go to the dashboard. Okay. So now within this dashboard, what it's just doing is that when you go to the login, for example, let me register my name here. That is Brian. Okay, now, so let me register this. Okay, my server is down, so let me just restart. Alright, now this is the dashboard. So this is now what is presented. So once I register my credentials, I'm already registered with my team and my credentials here as Brian, as you can see. So now this is what happens once you get started with Jstream. Now within this dashboard is what I'm going to return. This dashboard is the one that is going to present the admin side, whereby I'm able to create posts, I'm able to return, that is, I'm able to present the post just like you saw in the demo where we have the create, the delete, and so forth. So what I'm going to do here, I already have the codes snippet, so I will not type since or because of time. So let me just explain what I'm doing in this particular part. So here I'm going to copy this code, going to paste this particular code. Now what this code is going to do here is that within the dashboard, I'm going to return this is just the message. This is just the Laravel message for if you delete a particular element, it's going to show you the delete. I'm having the post list, the add new, as you saw in the demo. So this one is going to present the title, who created the post, and the action. The action may be delete or edit, and as well the title of the post and the username is also going to be presented. Now this one is a Laravel collective form, which you are going to just install within a second. So now this one you need to have it installed, but we're going to do it in a second. So this is what it's going to do. Remember, I'm using Tailwind Css, so I'm just returning the particular post, the title, created by, action, and then the username and so forth. So let me just save this one. So that now this is what is being presented in here within the pages controller. Now, let me just take this one out. All right, so let me just go to the post controller. So within the post controller, this is what it's going to be doing. It's going to return the view dashboard with the particular post. Now let's go to the create. Now within the create, I'm going to return the particular post, but this time, so let me just copy some of this so that I may not repeat it again. So within this one here, I'm going to return the post model, and then I'm going to order them by not descending this time, but I'm going to have them as ascending, and as well this is not going to be there. So let me take this one out. So what I'm doing here I'm going to say plug ID. So order them by ID in a descending, and then plug them by ID. Now in the return view, I'm going to create a create blade. Now this create blade is going to be within post dot create. This is the view that I'm going to return, and then I'm going to have compact post. Now post dot create is a folder that is going to handle the create and the edit. So let's just go ahead and do this. So let me just save that. So within the views, I'm going to create a folder here. I'm going to call it post, and then now within this one, I'm going to create the first one is create.blade.php, and as well I'm also going to have another particular file. This is edit. So this is going to be created in here. All right, so now we have the two particular files that I have created. Now within the create blade.php, now here I'm also having this particular code. So now here I'm going to copy this. I'm going to make, in other words, now we're going to have this particular code snippet here. So now this one is returning the let me also close this one. Let me close it like this. So now this one is the one that is going to create our post. So you'll have this code in GitHub for you to be able to exploit. So so let me just explain what's happening here. So this message is going to flash. It's a flash message for once you create a particular post. I'm using Tailwind Css. Now here there's a post list, as you saw in the earlier demo, whereby you're able to navigate back to the dashboard. So that's why I'm having the route dashboard here, and as well I'm having the form that is able to open, and it opens, it goes to post.store. So we are going to create that. As well I'm using the en type, that is for uploading the particular image that you want to use within your post. And then I'm having the file that is the post file, that's where you're able to choose a particular image within your local device. And as well the title, the detail that you're able to fill. We're able now to publish the post. So the post can be either published or a draft, which is 0, as you saw in my table that I had created. So that's what is happening there. And then we have the form submit, which is able to create a particular post. Now I'm using Tailwind CSS as well to create the particular post. The button, which is blue, and it has a cursor pointer, and as well it is bold and rounded and so forth. So this is what is happening within the create.blade. So now within this particular, let's go back to the post controller. So within the post controller, this is what is happening. So it's going to return the particular post that are needed to be created. Now since as time is going far, let me just copy this one for store, and let me just explain. So within the store here, I'm going to paste this. So this is what is happening within the store. So it's just very easy. So I'm validating the particular image. So the maximum image that should be uploaded should be of this size. Then I'm also validating the title. The title should be unique post required, like that. And as well as the details that is required. The title should be unique post, and then this is what should be rendered once you don't give the particular assigned signed credentials. So as now what's happening here, I'm going to request a file which should be post image that is within the file storage within Laravel. So I'm requesting here to update the post image, get the file name with the extension. So I've just commented so that you can understand what is happening here, so it is easy to understand it in this way. So file name to store, and then upload the particular image. Now this image is going to be stored within the public post images. So let's just create this. So within here, within the public, I'm going to create the folder. This is going to be a folder that is going to have the post. So now this one is going to store the particular post images within our public. In other words, this particular, they're going now to be rendered so that they can be accessible on the website, that is on your web application live. And then now once that is done, the image has been uploaded and stored here, is now going to be created with a new post. Okay, this one typically what it does now, it creates the particular post, and then we're going to have a session flash message that shows it is created successfully. And then now we are going to route it to the dashboard, that is the dashboard blade. So this is what is happening within the store blade. Okay, so now we were in the create blade, and that's what I wanted you to understand. Then as well, now we have the title, we have the details, and then the publish and so forth. Now let's go back to the post controller and finish up. Now we don't need a show because we are not going to have a show blade for our post. We're only just returning the posts as they are. So let's just handle the edit. So let me just do this quickly. So now within the post controller, I'm going to create this. So let me just paste this. So this is what I'm returning. So I'm ordering them by ID, ascending, and then I'm plugging the ID, and then I'm returning the view post edit. Now remember, here we have already created the post edit, which is now this one, the edit blade. So I'm having the edit blade.php, and then now within this one, I'm going to have this particular code here. Now this one is the one that is handling the edit for our website, and we are doing the same thing. We have the flash message. So you just realize typically this code is just doing similar thing, just as create, but now here what we are doing here, we are opening the particular form, we are routing it to the post.update, which we are now going to update it now, and then we are going, is being taken by the post ID, and then typically what we did in the create blade is what we are going to do, but here now we are going to update the particular post. So we are going to update with the image, the title, the details, and as well we are going to publish or put it as a draft. Remember, the draft is the 0, the publish is the 1. So we are going to update it, and then we are going to submit it using the submit button, using the Tailwind utility classes, whereby I'm giving it a background of blue, a hover of 700, cursor pointer text white, and so forth. Okay, so now this is what is going to be rendered within the edit blade. So let me save that one. Now so now we are done with the create and edit, and that's all we just need. We just need these two particular files. Remember, we are handling the post controller. So now, since within the edit blade is going to route to the post dot update, whereby it's going to take the particular ID of the post. Now we need to have the post, we need to update our code within the post, within the update function. So within the update, we are updating the particular, now this is where we are going to have the code for updating the particular post. So here what I'm going to do, I'm still going to validate this, the image, the title, So remember, the title should be unique, should not be repeating or should not be similar with another title. So this is basic validation, and then doing the page, the image upload. I'm going to get the extension of the image, that is the name of the image, and then the path, and then the where I'm going to store it, and then I'm uploading it. Remember, it's going to be stored under the public. So this is it. So this is where we are having. So this, you're going to see the images being stored here. All right. So now else statement checks if there's no image that is uploaded, is going to render this particular code here as well. That is, there's no image that is found. So now that once that is done, we are going to have the post updated and then the flash message. Now remember, this flash message is being handled by this particular code here, which is a Laravel predefined code that is able to pop up with that is, the image has been successfully updated. Right, so now this is what is happening here. So the last thing is the destroy. So what is happening within the destroy is that we are going also to add this code here. Now this is going to handle the delete. So it's going to check if the post is in other words, it's just going to take the ID of the post, and then it's going to delete the particular post like that. Now there's something I did not show you here. Now, since when you look at the create.blade, we are using this particular code here. So this is a form. This form is within the Laravel, that is already as a form that is defined within the Laravel. So let me just destroy this server. So what you need to do here, you need to run composer. So this one is already predefined within their documentation, Laravel HTML form. Now once you run this one, it's going to install the Laravel collective form. I already have it installed. So this one is going to install it within your application. Let me just clear this. Now, so now we are now done with the post controller, whereby we have within the post controller, we already have the index, the create, the store, which is storing our image and uploading the particular image. And then now we have the edit, whereby we are going to order them by ID in a descending order. We have also the update. So the update is also going to update the image, and that is within the image with the post with the image and the particular details. And then we are now going to destroy our image. So that is the CRUD functionality within Laravel, and that's how it works. Now here, what we need now to do next, let me go back to the index.blade.php. So that is this one. Now remember, here we are only returning the Navbar within our image, that is within our application. So what we need to do here, as you saw in our earlier demo project, I add some cards that I was using. So now when you go to this particular website, I'm using this particular card, as you can see. So you can navigate to the website, is tailwindcomponents.com. So I'm using this particular code to render those particular cards, which have the details and so forth. So let me just take that code and let me just do likewise here. So what I'm doing here is that I'm going to return the particular card, and it has what you just saw. Simply, it's just returning the image and the details. So I'm going to edit this one here. I'm going to give it, so this one now should come from the database once you update your post and so forth. So now the first thing here I would like to do is that I'm going to have a for statement here at for each. So the for each is going to loop over the particular post. Should be like that. So what is this going to do is going to render the particular post as they are ordered from the particular database. Now here we also need to know that I'm also going to return the title. Now the title this is already hard coded, as we are now already having a database. So here I'm also going to return the particular title. So I'm going to return the title of the post. Now here is the details. So here I'm going to take this one out. So let me just put this one. So here I'm also going to return the details of the post. So here I'm going to have this. It's going to return a paragraph, and in Laravel you need to have it done that way. So I'm now going to also return the date and the username here. So let me just paste this and explain. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to return the date when the post was created and a particular logged in username, logged in person within the particular website. So this is what is going to happen here. So this one I'm not going to take it out, so let it just remain like so. So now there's the last thing here. Now within the image, remember here within the post controller we had created we are uploading the image here, and as we are uploading the image, remember the image is being stored at public/post images, which is a folder. So this folder is where we are returning the images. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to, since the image is being stored within this one, I'm going to have, let's go back to index.play.php. So what I'm going to have here is that instead of having this one, which is being returned from that particular website where we have taken this particular card from, I'm going to have this code here. Now what this one is doing is it's going to the storage, post images, and then it's going to find the particular post and render that post within our image. Now you may be asking, but we do not have the storage created already. Now we are going to run a PHP functionality here, as is going to connect the public/images with the storage, that is the public/post images with the storage/post images. In other words, it's going to link the two so that your images can now be rendered on your web application. All right, so now once this is run, okay, so it's already created. So it means once the Laravel, within the Laravel 8, it's already created. Now this one, it means now it has linked the public with the images with also the storage/images. So that is what's happening there. So you need to have it run. That is, you need to have that command if it is not linked within your website. So now it's going to find the images within this particular URL and then render the post. Now since we are using the for each, we need also to have, we need to end it with the particular, so we need, I'll need to have the end, so it should be that way. So let me just save that as well. So now we are good to go. So let me just save this, which is the post controller. Now let's go back to, there's one more thing. Let's go to the web.php routes. Now there's something within the routes I need you to understand. Remember now here we are returning the dashboard within the routes. So now here we need to do something different here. Remember the dashboard is going to, should be able to return. Now the dashboard should be able to return this particular index here. As you can see here, there is something here we are doing. We are now returning the post here. We are returning the view dashboard within the post controller. That means we have already now updated our dashboard. We have already updated with the create post and so forth. So now here what we need to do, here we need now to update our web.php. So within our web.php we need now to update it so that it is able to render the particular index index.php that is the index, the dashboard with the updated index blade. So let me just do this so that you can understand better. So what I'm going to do here, since this is Laravel 8, we are going to have app slash, this slash should be this way, slash, let me just do this. Alright, so this is what we are doing. We are going to the slash dashboard, and then what is going to do here, we are going now to render the index within the post controller. So now once you load the dashboard now should load with the particular, that it should come here, the post controller, which is this one, and then now it should be able to render this particular, the view, which is the dashboard, and then it's going to render with the post that we now need. Now you also need to realize that I do no longer need this one. I do not need this one anymore. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to have a route which is going to, let me close that one. So the root source means that instead of I having to type all the routes for index, for create, for store, and as well for the show as well if I'm using the show, but since I'm not using, and then the edit. So what is happening here is that, and the update. So instead of creating all the routes, I'm just using one particular route which is going to take all of them and render them within my application. Now there's something you need to know here. Now lastly, since I'm not using this one, remember we are returning also the pages.index, so I also need to have a route here. So let me just copy this and paste like this. All right, so this one should be that way. Now when I go to the pages controller, let's go back there, since I told you we'll come back to it again. Now here I need, since now it's returning this index, and the index, it has the for each, which is able to loop over the particular post. So what I need to do here, I need to return the particular post within the images, like so. So what I'm going to do here, let me go to the pages controller, right? So within the pages controller, remember I'm returning the index function, that is I'm having the index function. So what I'm going to do here, so here I should be able to return the post like this. Then I'm going to return the post type and published, and then I'm going to paginate 3, meaning that I'm going to return 3 posts per page. Now here I'm returning the view pages.index. So what I'll need to have here is that I'll need to compact so that it will not return any error of a defined variable. So that is what is going to happen within this. So I'm returning that particular view in that sense. That's why when you go back within the web, we now need to return this one. So now we no longer need this one, and we now need this one. So this is what is going to happen within the post. Let me just run this particular project and let's see where we are. All right, so let's navigate to the website back again. So I can just refresh this and let's see if it's going to render. So post controller does not exist, so let's check this. So now I need to remember, I need to have these classes imported. That is I'm using the, let me just take this one here. So I'm using the post model. I'm also using the request, the authentication, and the session. So they need to be up and running. sorry, this one should be get, should not be resource. So this one should be get. So it's going to get this particular, like so. Okay, so there's a misspelled here. So as I'm checking, so this is post controller, but this is post controller. So that's why the error of this error is coming, because it can't find it. So I just need to remove this S here. So this one should be that way. Now it should be able to find it. Let's see. Okay, so now we are good to go. So this is the dashboard, and you can see it is returning the title, created by, and then the action. Add new, where we are going to add the particular post. So let's create the post by clicking the add new and create a particular post. Okay, so now I'm able to upload an image as well. Okay, so let me create a post here. Okay, so let me just use this card as I was using it. All right, so this, let me just call. So you can put your post as publish or draft. So with draft, is not be published. If you publish, it will be published already. So now, since we have that, so let's just click create the post, and let's just see. All right, so now the post is created successfully. So we have the title, the ID, the title of the post, and it's created by. So now let's navigate to the main website, and as you can see, there's a pop-up message that is generated by the. So once you navigate to the create blade, you're able to see this. This is the message that is being generated by this within the Laravel, the flash message. Okay, so let's just navigate to the main website, the index page. So let me just go to this. All right, so there's an error here that is coming, that is class HTTP post not found. So this one should be in the pages controller. So I think we may be having a class that is not imported. So let's just see. So within the pages controller, I'll need to have the, just like let's check. So I'll need to have this one. I'll need to have this model, since we are using also the model within the pages controller. So let me just navigate again. So here I'll need to have that imported there, so that they can now render the particular post. Okay, so let's just click run. All right. Okay, so now we have the particular post that we have created within our Laravel backend side. Okay, there's an issue with the Tailwind responsiveness. So this car needs to be responsive. It needs to be like the way you saw in the earlier project. So what we're going to do here, I already got a Tailwind utility class grid system that is able to make the post appear responsive. So let me just show you that. So now when we go to the index blade here, I already got a class within the that is able to make the post appear responsive. Now when you look at this one, that is when you go to the Tailwind documentation, there is a grid system. Now you can present your columns in terms of 1 or in terms of 3. In 3, it means that you'll have 3 posts or 3 cards within one particular in your website. So what I'm having here is that I'm having 3. I've presented this one as 3 so that I can render 3 particular posts per page within my website. So since I'm having, then I'm justifying them at the center, so that they can be aligned at the center, so that this one can come out of this edge that it is, and as well the mid medium screen so that it can be responsive in all the screens. That is the medium and also the large. So here I'm also going to have a div, so I'm going to close this one within a div like this, and let's just see. So let's just see this. All right, so now let's just see this. Okay, so so it's presented in this way, but there's still a problem somewhere. The card is kind of stuck within this. So this is a Tailwind CSS issue. So you can see here the margin top is of 2 pixels. So let me put 20 here. Let's just see. So let me just reload this again and let's see. So this should solve the issue. Go. So you can see the card is now presented in a better way earlier. So let me just create another post so we can as well add another one. Okay, so let me just upload another image. All right, so I've created 4 posts within, and you can see now they have been ascended. The ascending is the latest to the one that is not latest. So this is what is happening here. So that is when I reload this one, should be able to show the particular my website. Now here you can see there are only 3 posts that is I'm presenting here, because I've put the pagination of remember here within the pages, sorry, should be the pages. Let's just go to the pages. So you can see I'm paginating 3. So for example, if I paginate 4, the 4th post should be able to appear in my website. All right, so now you can see it's going to be 4 of them like this. So this is what is happening now within the Tailwind. As I've told you, since I'm using the Tailwind, so I'm able to present it in terms of 3 columns, and then so 3 columns per each particular page. That is within one segment of the page, I'm going to return 3 posts. So this is what is happening within this particular index.bled.php. Now there's one more thing we need to understand. Remember, here we have the login and the register. You can log in, you can click here to register yourself, and as well create the particular post. But since I'm already logged in, I don't need to go back. It will just take me to the dashboard once again. All right, so now this is what is happening here. You can edit your post. Let's just go to the dashboard. You can edit your post. Now you can delete the post. For example, let's say I want to delete this one. Should be able to delete the particular post. Let's just see. All right, so there's an error here, so let's just check. All right, so we need to have post defined here. So within this one, it's not going to be the ID, it's going to be the model, and then we are now going to define the post like this. So because it's deleting the particular post, remember we have said that post delete this function. So this function is the one that is deleting a particular post, so that once I come here and delete again, this particular post here should be able to be deleted. So let me just do this. So when I click delete, should be able to delete the post, and then now it should present the flash message that shows that the post has been deleted successfully. So right guys, so this is the tutorial for today, and if you have any question about this particular tutorial, post it in the comment section below, and I'm sure to follow up with you. And as well, like, subscribe to this channel. That is very important for me to be able to make more videos about this. So if you have any question, just comment it below, and then I'll be able to follow up with you. And if you have not understood anywhere, I believe this application is easy to make.